Welcome to Williams-Brice Stadium in Columbia, South Carolina. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Tennessee Volunteers and the South Carolina Gamecocks. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Inside Williams-Brice Stadium for South Carolina, the Sandstorm team entrance is electric. The fans make this one of the most special venues in sports. Loud, proud, and rocking. That iconic entrance is one you've got to appreciate. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. The Vols will kick off first, and here we go. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So South Carolina's offense will take the field first. What a great group of receivers they run out there, and a staunch, stout defense they'll be running into. Jesse, how are they going to get open? How does this defense keep them in check?
Well, I think one thing this receiving group knows to have success in this game against this defense is it's going to take all of them. It's not just going to be one guy making all of the plays. They're all going to have to be able to step up and, David, take advantage of their own individual one-on-one opportunities when those chances come their way.
Well, and I think that's what's good about this offense. Their strength in numbers. It's not just one guy that you can take away. There's several receivers that can make plays. That stresses a defense. Like, find the weakness, go after him. That guy can win. So it'll be a fun individual matchup.
Grab behind the line. It's Clark. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
So it's 3rd and long, and this quarterback right now has got to be expecting pressure. So you want to know where your hot routes are. You got to know where your best one-on-one matchup is. But understand this, we're still in the first half. If the defense gets you, tip of the cap, you can take a sack. Punting the football at this stage of the game is okay.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And the Gamecocks send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. So Tennessee's offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. And when these two guys are in sync the way they were a week ago, just a nightmare. It's a performance they hope they can repeat this week, Jesse.
And I think a big key in that last game was they linked up a couple times early, had some big plays. And then after that, David, it didn't seem like the quarterback was looking anywhere else. They're going to try and establish that connection and that rhythm early in this one.
Coming out aggressively. Oh, right through his hand. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes quarterbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
2nd down to the air. Got out of trouble and throws. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And I think on that last play, it's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
He'll heave it deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Volunteers will call on their punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. From the gun, it's Clark. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Right side, it's Hunt. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
And that's just not the start they envisioned for this football game. First possession, you got a punt. Second possession now, 4th and short. Interested, do they push the gas pedal and be aggressive because it has been a slow start and they haven't gotten things going, and do they try to force it here?
So the Vols offense takes the field to start this drive. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Fresh set of downs going up top. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. Guys, let's take a minute here and look big picture for Tennessee. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there as we get closer to the playoff. It becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning, and that's got to be the mindset. And coming into today, they have to bring their A game to the field.
And we're still in the middle of the season, so there's so many ways to still make a good impression for this squad, and we still have conference championships for some. We have great matchups that will decide, just like we've seen in past years, right? Comes down the stretch, who's playing the best.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. And the Vols will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On the return. They drag him down, and good coverage that time by the special team. South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. Gonna run it. It's McAllister. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Keep it on the ground. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Gets the back moving. Throwing, Sellers. With the catch, it's McAllister. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, once won that rep, good coverage.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a 4th down. The Gamecocks decide to punt it away. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3 and out the last time they had the ball. Sees a crease. Makes his man miss. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. The Volunteers want to move quickly.
And I know when we talk Josh Heupel offenses at Tennessee, we always talk about tempo and going fast and deep shots down the field. But, David, one thing we also know is that he is committed to running the football. And Bishop, after a phenomenal year, a year ago, running for over 1,000 yards, you know they're going to be balanced, and you know they're going to feature him.
They're going to feature him, they're going to run him a lot, and they're going to run him at a fast pace, right? That's what they've done, and they've been so good at it. It's not just the early ground game that you got to worry about. It's the wear-out factor late. They usually commit to the run game. They committed to Bishop last year. He got over 1,000 yards and looking to improve upon that this year.
The Vols will punt it away on 4th down. Trying to make one miss. Coverage was all over him before he had a chance to breathe, and they knock him down deep in his own territory. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Nothing but punts as a result of the first 3 offensive drives, hoping this one gets a little more done. Got a little space. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and I think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Out wide right, it's Tuggle. Across the 40 outbounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. First play of the period, first down here. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Scoreless as we head into the second quarter. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's McAllister. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Left side is Hunt. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
And I think it's safe to say Lenora Sellers, David, probably one of the most polarizing players in all of college football. You've seen how special and freakishly talented this guy is with his ability not just throwing the football, but running it, the strength, the size, the power, and more than anything what we saw a year ago was his ability to avoid sacks and avoid negative plays. I know this. He doesn't have a chance unless this offensive line gets a lot better, but they believe they've built that up. And if that's the case, this could be a very special year for South Carolina.
Well, and let's be honest, this is where they spent their money in the offseason. They wanted to fortify the offensive line. They brought in Kendall Briles at the coordinator spot. They did everything they could to build around this young man. Lenora Sellers' talent is through the roof. We know it. Big, strong, can throw it. Now the pieces around him, a big year could be coming for this big young man.
And the Gamecocks will have it 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Clark.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and you know, it's just and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend. 3rd and 2, trying to be physical, trying to win the battle up front. Almost there, Palmer, just short, 4th and inches.
Yeah, and he was so disappointed he didn't pick up that first. He's looking over to the sidelines right now, asking for the ball again here on 4th.
4th down, Sellers. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the 4th down decision pays off big time.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Running the red zone, it's McAllister. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. The handoff as they run the counter play here. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Got it, looking for the 1st down. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. The Gamecocks trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Out wide left, it's Hunt. Touchdown, South Carolina! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Checking in from the Tennessee sideline, I can see a lot of conversations happening between the offensive line and the running back. They just haven't been able to get the ground game going. They're talking about he has got to be more patient, and they have got to give more of a push up front. The crowd is making it hard, though. I can tell you it is hard to hear as they try to struggle and communicate. We'll see if they're able to come together against this very hostile crowd. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. And the Volunteers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Off play action. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on 3rd down. Setting up the screen. There he goes. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a 1st down as they mark it at the 40. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line.
Listen, at this point, the end of the first half, you're trying to generate some points. First downs are the most important thing. So a really good job there converting on that third. I love the decision by the quarterback. You kind of wonder, though, are they going to want to be a bit more aggressive and maybe start taking some more shots and attack?
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
The run inside. It's Bishop.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Third and long coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down. And the balls line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. From the gun, the running back has it. They were all over it.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
Defense storming into the backfield, making the stop behind the line of scrimmage, and it's third down. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They've been able to put together nothing. Now third and long from their own 1. Pulls and fired complete. Turning it on. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connor.
Guys, welcome into the epicenter of the college football world, our Orlando EA Sports Studios, and a great Week 8. We start with UCF taking on the number 6 team, the BYU Cougars. And it's the Knights with one of the truly dazzling offensive displays we've witnessed this season. They had a scoring answer every time they needed one and win a fireworks-filled football game. And it moves their mark to 6-1 as they continue to play awfully well here in the season's first half. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the ACC. Back over to your game inside Williams-Brice Stadium. This tight end is enjoying quite the day through 2 quarters. It's amazing how athletic tight ends are now and just how much they're utilized. He's played a starring role in giving them this halftime lead. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Williams-Brice.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. On the move from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Holly, what did you find out coming from the locker room?
I caught up with Tennessee's head coach coming out of the locker room. They have found a lot of positive momentum here during this winning streak, but it is in jeopardy right now. He said this is the moment we have to come out and assert ourselves and be dominant to start the third quarter. Gain some momentum here and change the course of this game. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Right back to it. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. The Volunteers in the hurry-up. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Here's Sellers to throw. Makes the grab. It's McAllister. Makes the grab down immediately. He picks up a few.
And I love linebackers, man, that just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. Probably the hardest, too, getting him on the ground.
Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Third and short from the 49. Is this four-down territory? Sellers from the gun on third down. Unloads to the wideout. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half, and here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
And the Gamecocks will go for it on fourth down. Finding space. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off. You're in plus territory, no desire to give the football back. Maybe the punt doesn't even work out. They go for it, and it works out well.
So I wonder if you go tempo here, too. Now that you just picked up that first down, don't let the defense sub. A lot of these guys now have been on the field for a little while. See if you can catch them off guard here and try and take advantage of how tired they are.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be and nowhere to run.
The give to the back. 5-yard gain on that play. It'll be 3rd and 5.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
Look out! And he gets rid of it.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
They're going to stay aggressive and leave the offense out there on fourth down again. Making the adjustment on the play. Sellers to throw for it on fourth. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the big fella. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the 1st down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the 1st down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Trying to pick up the 1st out of the backfield. And he's brought down, but they believe the offense could convert the 4th down, and it paid off.
And I think great offenses find a way to get their playmakers the football in space. Nice job designing the wheel route. It's good versus man. It's good versus zone. Nice route. Nice catch by the running back.
Could not make his way to the corner.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast, and they try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground as soon as he caught it. He was ready for that play.
Left side is Hunt. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal, that's a win if you're on defense.
The pressure ramps up on 3rd and goal. Quick give. It's McAllister. He'll be stopped right there. They kept it on the ground on 3rd and goal, and it did not pay off.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Pop.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
As we head to the 4th quarter, this guy is seeing the defense. Look how he spread the ball around. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. 4th down, Sellers. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs. They've got him pinned back in a world of trouble, and listen to this crowd coming through. Looking for a crease, it's Bishop. Looks as if he'll work his way forward and get it up to about the 11-yard line. The Vols moving quickly to the line.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Brought down at the 21, but a really big play there to pick up 10. Ball spotted at the 21. It's 1st down.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, Continue to feed your dude.
He'll be knocked down, but not before doling out some punishment and getting 7. Pulls it on the option. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. He finds a soft spot in the middle. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
And, man, this offense needed that. They've got to get it going. That clock is ticking. They've got 0 points on the game. They've got to put a couple of plays together. There's play number 1. Let's see if they can get a streak going, get down the field, and put some points on the scoreboard.
And the Volunteers have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd.
The offense coughs it up, and they were on the move. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding, just kind of jump on it, make sure you keep possession.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. And the Vols will punt this one away. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. Trying to take it back. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. A really disappointing end to that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
And I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field. We didn't just punch it in. Let's put another drive together, Jesse, and this time, let's get some points.
You're right, because there were a lot of positives on that last drive. They did a lot of things really well. They just got to do a better job finishing.
Sellers rushes on, and he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
And listen, I think the offense did a really good job isolating that running back on a linebacker, running the angle route, had him open. Running back's there. You got to make that play, man. Had a chance after the catch to...
He's going to fire deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Gamecocks will send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. So here is the Tennessee offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Holds on, it's Bishop. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. The Volunteers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no-huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
They'll ride him again. Hard running there. Nice move there. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. He just broke the century mark. 100 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
It's a curious play call offensively to try to throw after that great gain on the ground the snap before. If you're winning in the trenches up front, keep it going. Let the big fellas go to work. I don't like the idea of throwing the ball though.
The Vols now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, gonna throw it. Under pressure. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
Straight ahead, it's Bishop. Thrust that arm out. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. The give, and tick, 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 tick. Big collision there, and they'll mark him down after a 6-yard gain. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. Bunch formation for these receivers. Motion from the back. Throwing, Sellers. Caught behind the line. It's Clark. Breaks into the open. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. So they'll use a timeout here. One more remaining, and, of course, the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Caught, and he's got room. The 20. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Man, that's exactly how you execute an RPO. Like, quick read, get the ball out of your hand, get it to your receiver in space really quickly, on target, and you can make big plays. They made that RPO look so smooth and so effortless.
They are really clicking along. 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. Around the corner, it's McAllister. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it. It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Leaves it with the back. He'll be stopped right there. They kept it on the ground on 3rd and goal, and it did not pay off. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot.
That's a big drive for this offense in the 4th quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
He'll bring it out. It's Dodson. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Tennessee starts this drive as the offense takes the field. So the defense has kept them in it. The offense hasn't done anything, but there's still time if they get going now. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. Makes the grab. It's Davis. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Second down, gonna throw it. Right side, it's Matthews. Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right.
And the rush will get to him at the 25. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Out wide right, it's Davis. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Back to pass on second down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. They're going to go from their own side to the line quickly. A big play here. Needs it here on fourth down. He's taking a deep shot. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
Man, you cannot say enough about this defense. The whole game, start to finish, playing so good, limiting big plays, doing everything they needed to do, Palmer, to get the shutout, and most importantly, finish the game right here.
You know, this defense is different, David, I think in a lot of ways. This is their goal every game, and this is what they expect. They hold themselves to this standard. Players were telling us this week, we expect to go into each and every game and not allow any points. But to do it in this one, in this type of game, in this kind of environment against this opponent, that was very impressive by the defense.
A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They